take you on a trip. Excuse me. Fly Paper Products. I talked to a guy this morning. It was a mistake. I was trying to respond to a person's concern about the Moor Science Temple, how she got attacked in so many ways. And so certain Moors, I got attacked by them too, shocking and shit like that. So I found a common thing. So it was a frequency that came through. And so when we talked to the guy, he started going into the Moroccan Empire, right? And how the Moroccan Empire, or the Moroccos, who are the chosen people here in America and all this power, blah, 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 the Moabs. He didn't mention Nimrod as far as the temple of the Masons. He knows that Masons are in the Moor Science Temple, right? They even promote that, standing on their square and things of that nature. And we're not saying anything bad or good about it. We're just putting what's out there in their own words, right? And so their major flag or their major auspice is that we civilize the white man, one. Two, Morocco ruled the world, or the whatever it is, something to the fact that they brought knowledge to this place, whatever, and they reserved the right to rule over everybody in America, and that everybody in America should be nationalized under the Moroccan Empire. That's number two, right? So we got two things we're trying to find out. Why should we be all in the Moroccan Empire, right? And two, what do you have to do with Nimrod, right? Three, we know that Moors that come out of the children of Moabites. And the Prophet Noble Drew Ali talks about Jesus, so we had to go to the Bible, and the Bible mentions how the Moabites didn't like the Israelites. But then somehow Ishmael gets tied up into being blamed for being a support of this type of ideology. So we're going to just go ahead real quick and see what the Universal Library has to say, called AI, Google. But when you use them, we're going to go through etymology, right? In the original language. So let's get into this. Now, I had to get my mind right about this. All right, so etymology of Morocco.
The name Morocco comes from the Spanish Marruecos, which originated with the city of Marrakesh. Marrakesh itself comes from the Berber word Murakush, possibly meaning land of God. Europeans then used the city's name for the whole country.
Now, excuse me. Now, according to the scripture, it says, God is within you, right? So they put a land for a physical God. Bang. An anglicization of the Spanish name Marruecos, which derived from the city of Marrakesh, right? After Berber. Now we know that Persians had their own gods. Sumerians, Akkadians, the same people that Abraham ran from. But they still came to be what? Islam, right? And then say they're Muslims. So we understand that. So even Allah says, well, there should be no other gods. So there's no land that you can get with Allah, except for your heart. Hear that? Land your plane, land mass, tablets of your heart, book of life of God. Possibly land of Kush. Key phrase, Kush. It didn't say Shem. So the Canaanites out of Cush and the Moabs out of Arcadia, Lot, have a common bond, Nimrod. Cushite. Black power? All right. So, and the European language extended the city's name to the entire country. So the Europeans, after getting beat up or, being whooped and enslaved, the European language extended the city's name to the entire country. Right? Origin, Morocco comes from Morocco's, right? Marrakesh. So let's go for that. Let's go a little deeper. So we see the blood and we see the green for land, right? That's their star power for their god. See that? The star god, the Nephilim, star god, on what? Blood of the land. Okay, so we got that. Etymology, name English, Morocco, angelic, we heard that. Etymology, origin, and meaning. Let's go. Kind of a fine, flexible leather. They put our leather skin on, wore our bodies, right? Northwest Africa, not America, right? So that means that the Moroccan Empire came to America, right? That means that, right? Morocco, the country in Northwest Africa. So even if you take your name and say, I'm not black African American, I'm Moorish American, you're still saying you're what? African American, right here. Right? Northwest African, Morocco. So something with them and the French, when they came over here, decided that, hey, we'll allow them to be African Americans. Right? And grain surface was used to base durable book bindings, your history, your lyrics, the upholstering seats, wearing our skin, right? And silhouette and shoemaking. Morocco or moccasins, mockery, Mocco, Rocco, Taco Bell, ding, let's ring this bell, right? So now that these Moors or Afro-Asiatics, right? These particular ones, right? From Africa, Berbers, civilized Europeans, right? This is what they did. This empire, right? Apparently by influence of Moor. So we got that, right? Moor, right there. Schnitzel. So, Moor is a ship, right? Fastened ship. So that would be the person or the body, maritime law, location or by cables, the biblical cord, anchored to the mother, probably related to Old English mirrors or mooring rope, right? Europa, mooring rope, Moors in Europe, Europa. Yeah, so they roped us with Europe, right? Made a deal to hang us by what? Book binding, and you know what I mean? And they give you a prophet, Noble Drawlee, but they never mentioned that he started with a crystal ball. And then somehow they're trying to find out who killed him. Was it the spirit that when he first used that crystal ball came to collect? Just like in the rap industry, when people do certain things, get fame, the devil come to collect. Ooh. Ooh, can't sing a lick, and I'm not your entertainer. Bitch. Okay. To Moor, West German, like Yiddish, New Hebrew. So Moor and Yiddish, German, West, right? Mooring, French, Amur, in Dutch, colonization, right? Tract of open, untilled, more or less elevated ground, often overrun with heath. So they overran us, tracked our soil, took over our land, our names, our identities, right? And so now we have these Moors or these West Africans, these Berbers saying that we need to switch over to a what? A Persian empire. but they still with the Pope, called the Ottoman Empire. Woo! Mirror swamp. See? Swamp, Florida, Louisiana. German Moor, Old Norse Moor, Moorland, Mar, right? Or root mer, to die. Like that lady whose grandma, who Yoruba, something like that, found this song and found out it was a funeral song that came from Africa to America, letting them know that, look, they on their way here to you too. Because what? They fled Africa to here. They ain't just so much coming in ships. They literally fled here on ships to come here when it was being colonized in Africa. You know what I mean? Hence, dead land. Come on, more. Come on. What more do you want? Do you want the M-O-O-R? Or the M-U-U-R? What more do you want? What more do you can eat? And stomach, B, C, La, else in base. Here we go again. I say, I can't sing a lick, but you should read this, B. You should read this again, B. Fertile than marsh or marsh. The development of census dry, heathland, barren, upland, not fully accounted for, but made due to idea of fertility, Cambridge. So, this might even in itself in the word more means to go over to more, biblical core to tie into, right? New lands. Henceforth foul, more, North African Berber, of a race of dwelling in Barbary, 14th century. So I guess we wasn't here already before you came here. While you was over in Berber, North Africa, we was already here. See that? Let's go. So when Lamouris, inhabitant of Mauritania, Roman Northwest Africa, it was already what? Caesars, Romans, you know, how they say, get in where you fit in. This is where they have their square masons and compasses, and where they're in the law work. See, because they get to be in the what? The law work. I had the Latin words for it, but I have a Latin book for you. Translations. How to talk in Latin. It's not French. Also prior to Arabic conquerors of Spain. See that? That's not Ishmael. Ishmael is not Arabic. He's not. His dad spoke Aramaic. Akkadian. That's Abraham. So Isaac and Ishmael spoke Aramaic. Where does Yiddish, Hebrew, and all this come from? You see, I'm Islamic. It has nothing to do with it. But let the Moors and the Islamists and the Persian, the Ottoman, the Byzantine, the Catholic, the British, right, and the United States empires, let them tell it, right? Let those empires tell it of what? The Western Hemisphere. So when I asked the guy about the Eastern Hemisphere, Joseph and Asenath of Egypt and the Hebrew kingdom of the Northern Kingdom, everybody's like this. This is where I come in at. This is what they're all scared of. All right, Muslims, Persians, Arabs, see? They even took up the word. Well, let me read this. Let's read this. Being the name of nearest Muslims to Western Europe. It was used indiscriminately of Muslims. See? Persians, Arabs, etc. But especially those in India, cognate the Dutch. See? Dutch Moors. German, Danish, Spanish, Moro, Italian, all Western Europe. Has nothing to do with with America. When the Moors first found out about this place before the Europeans, They called it a Mexico because we called it Amaru. The dialogue, the tongue and the roll of the tongue, you know what I'm saying? They can made it as close as they can get it. So let's go back to Morocco. So Morocco and Moor or Salamis, right? Like Mori, body of water. So when they tell you, yeah, you need to change your body of water, your name and the law books, and you need to write this, you're writing your whole life in history and ties to this land here in America if you do that. All right? It's in Book of Revelations. They would hand the power over into a box. The box is called a temple, a church. Anything you get to go into a building with, that's the beast handing the power into the box, into the idol. And the idol has many hands, arms like Shiva, and it dances in destruction. And it blesses you. It has its own blessing system. All right, let's go. Mori, Blackamoor. So now you see where they tie in Negro, right? So these European nations all got together and said, there's some Negroes cross water, and we need to find some way to take over their land on the coast. But as they start venturing in the inland, they was like, oh shit. They start finding out that there was more. See that? They went for more. And they went for more and more and more and more. Then they found lakes and they found rivers. They found marshes and they found different things. And they went more and more. And they got greedy and they got greedy. And we want more, we want more. And this is where you get the word more in English. M-O-R-E. See, in the Morocco. The hell is that? I don't know. There you go, Uber. So let's go on back. Moors, 1800s to 2019. So it seems like something, the verb, the noun, I don't know what's going on. Moraz, Morocco, kind of a flexible leather. Heath, what's a heath? Shrubby, desolate land. Plants, shrubs. Plain, flat, smooth. So this has everything to do with taking over somebody's land. Alright? What's trending? All things are against the Ten Commandments. See what's trending? It's going back up. More, back up. Morocco. Fasten ships. Right? To more. To want more. To want to build more. Just more, more, more. I think if you say more enough times, it's like consuming. I did some videos back in the day called Pac-Man. I don't know what happened to him. Decline. I guess. I don't know. Prince Bluchers, to me, boots were described. Military. Okay, that's more to explore. Brazil, elephant, canaries, leather, granite, moonlight, stars. Back to certain worships. There's some groovy glasses right there. I might have to check them out. What we got? Back to the trend. So, we just want to share that with you. We asked more science. You know what the science is? Stripping us of our land and our culture. They want to certify us from birth. See that? They want to separate us from our mothers, our fathers, our land, our bloodline, and tie into them, to their empire. So they want to break away from Europe now. They regret that they taught these people how to fight. They regret that they taught these people how to kill. or they was already killers. See, all white rulership, the Moors can congratulate themselves to. You never hear them say that. We want to hear the head of Moors, and where Noble Drew Ali says, like Martin Luther King would say, I brought my people into a burning building. Till next time, this is your kinfolk, Jose Omar Weathers, the real, another flower paper moment. Till next time, I love y'all. We out.